First thing we're doing is ripping 4 strips down to 1 inch wide. I'm taking each of these pieces and I'm going to be cutting a 45-degree angle on one end, and then I'll measure over and cut on the other end. These are going to be used to hold 5x7 pictures, and the way that I'm getting my measurement is I'm using a yardstick and I'm just measuring from the short point, and I'll measure over 7 inches on 2 of them. Actually, you only have to measure on 1 because we're going to be cutting both together. Then you measure 5 inches on the short point of another one. You can see right here I've put 2 of them together. These are going to be the 5-inch ones on the short point to short point, and I've joined both of them together, made sure the 45-degree angle was was flush on this side, and all I got to do is cut down on this one, and then you'll have 2 identical 5-inch pieces for your frame. Here is the picture frame after I got all the corners cut. You can see I have a small gap right here and a small one right here, but that's okay. You can just fill those in with a little bit of wood glue and some sawdust after you get these sanded. I went ahead and cut out the rabbet all around on the inside of the picture frame with the router bit using a 1/2-inch straight bit. And I'm just going to be coming back, and to make this piece not look so thick, I'm going to add a chamfer to it before I end up doing a design on the outside. And to do that, just using the router again. We've gotten all of our pieces cut, all the chamfers done, and all the inside rabbets all cut up. Now it's time for the glue up. And I'm going to be trying out a technique that I see a lot of box makers use, and that is using painter's tape to line everything up. And then what you'll do is just roll these edges together, and it should hold everything together. And if I need to, I can go ahead and use some additional clamps. But let's go ahead and try this out. After the glue has dried on these frames, I'm going to go ahead and use a chisel to scrape off whatever glue I can get off. And then the next step is to sand everything down and make it all nice and smooth. I'm going to probably sand it up to about 120 grit, and then I'm going to add some decoration to it by adding little splines in, and I think we're going to do 2 splines of just probably like pine or poplar, just to give it a little bit of a different color around the edges. I'm just using some wipe-on lacquer to finish this off. As you can see, it really brings out the color of this walnut. Here's the finished picture frame. It's very nice. It's a 5x7 to hold those pictures. And on the back side for holding everything in, I used a scrap piece of plexiglass I had. It's a little bit scratched up, but I'll just get a new piece for that. On the back side, I've got just a piece of scrap cardboard, and I drilled a few holes in and just used some finishing nails, hammered them in a little bit, and then folded them down, and it holds everything in there. so that your picture is nice and straight. For hanging the picture frame, I'm just going to use one of those little claw things and tack the 2 nails in it, and it'll just end up resting on a nail somewhere. Thanks for watching this week's video on making a simple picture frame. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button to like it, and also share it throughout all your social networks. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button to get more blacksmithing and woodworking videos weekly. If you're interested in more detail on how to hang different kinds of picture frames, look for a link in the description below for different ways to hang pictures this big or pictures that are this big. They have a variety of ways to hang them. Look in the description below for the link on more detail on different ways to hang picture frames.